Good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, and Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware of West Babylon, New York, Long Island's largest rock salt provider. And it's not just rock salt, but they have Omni Melt, Petalo, and Mag Ice Pellets and Flakes to take care of all your winter storm needs. So head on out to Omni True Value on 1226 North Wellwood Avenue, just north of the Southern State Parkway in West Babylon, 631-756-1125, omnitruevalue.com. We've got two things going on, and one of them is a hurricane. Hurricane Eta is making its way north and northeastward toward the Florida west coast. That is actually a good development for our weather here, and I'll explain that as we go along. Tropical storm warnings are up, along with hurricane warnings from Tampa northward. It looks like the system is going to make a landfall somewhere between Tampa and Cedar Key during early Thursday, and then come up the other side of Florida, where we have tropical storm warnings up for the northeastern part of the state, which includes Jacksonville, and of course there are various flash flood watches and warnings that are going along with it. And you can see on the satellite that the two main players here, we have this frontal zone, this cold front that is approaching from the west. Clouds rolled in a hurry overnight across much of the northeast and mid-Atlantic states. And also we've got rain that will be developing during this afternoon. And on the tail end of this is Eta. And there seems to be just enough of a southwest push here to get Eta moving. The problem with the weekend forecast might have been if Eta got left behind in the Gulf and started throwing more moisture northward as we wait for another cold front that's going to come through on Sunday. That's not going to be a problem now. We're going to see Eta pretty much get absorbed eventually by this cold front that is moving east, and that is what we're going to be dealing with going forward for this afternoon and Thursday and probably into Friday. Here's a close-up view. You can see there's a fairly well-defined circulation there. There's not a whole lot going on the west side. There's a lot of dry air, which is why you don't see a solid blotch of or a circular ball of bright white clouds and higher and colder cloud tops. We do have a lot of dry air that's getting entrained into the circulation, so I don't think this is going to get any stronger. And at some point, it's going to be dealing with wind shear and will likely get weaker. And in the meantime, as we look at the Canadian satellite view, you can see the pull of clouds south to north in the eastern part of the United States. And also storminess off the Pacific Northwest coast back to Alaska that's dropping southeastward. And they're going to have some issues with weather going forward in much of the northwestern part of the country. So we will focus our attention here on what's on the radar. Rain has spread in as of lunchtime, covering all of just about all of Pennsylvania and much of upstate New York, and extends down into Virginia, western North Carolina, West Virginia, eastern Kentucky, and Tennessee. This whole area is going to be shifting eastward during this afternoon and into this evening. So look for rains to start developing across New Jersey, southern New England, the Hudson Valley, Long Island, down through Delaware and Maryland. It's already raining in much of southeast and south central Pennsylvania, down through central Maryland and northeast Virginia. And here we have Eta moving northeast, bands of heavy rain coming in along the coast, all along the west coast from just about from Key West running northward, north of Tampa now. And there will be flash flooding issues with this. They're also getting a considerable amount of gusty winds. And as far as rainfall for the next 7 days, the weather prediction folks have kind of nudged the amounts a little bit further south and a little lower for southern New England, northern New Jersey, and much of Pennsylvania. The 2-inch line looks like it's going to be across central New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania, southward. So from there, 2 inches plus likely. North of there, figure about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And of course, amounts decrease even more as you move your way up through northern Connecticut and on up into Massachusetts. And you also see how busy it is up in the Pacific Northwest. So take a look at the NAM model and how this plays out as we go through this afternoon. And you see the rains that come in for 4 o'clock this afternoon. You see Eta's on that southern end of that frontal boundary. Now, this first round of rain will get us through tonight into tomorrow morning. And the NAM doesn't is not really doing a very good job with the northern extent of this. So I think the rain may be underdone on this model. And then going through tomorrow and into Friday, we're kind of on the edge. You can see where the line on the NAM model is. If you go north and west of Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, all the rain's pretty much done on this model. I'm thinking that the GFS might have a better handle on this because it matches up to the radar a lot better than the NAM did. And there's our rain for developing through the afternoon and evening into tonight. There's some heavy rain that goes on from eastern Long Island to southern New Jersey and northeast Virginia. The front is going to be offshore. It stalls out and has to wait. Eta gets on that tail end and the front just gradually absorbs it. So now we're into Friday. During the day tomorrow, look for patches of rain. Looks like one good shot of rain tomorrow morning into early afternoon, and then maybe some leftover patches of rain around on Friday. But the upside is that Saturday and Sunday look like they should be two decent days. Saturday might be the better of the two weekend days with more of that high in control. And then here comes a strong cold front with a few showers for Sunday night into Monday morning. Behind it is a shot of rather chilly air here for Monday into Tuesday. And in fact, on Tuesday, there's a little diver that comes down into the lakes with some snow there in Michigan and western Pennsylvania, western New York, and northern PA. That system weakens as it heads to the coast, but there might be a couple of rain showers. And we're probably talking about temperatures that are going to have a tough time getting much out of the 40s, especially come Monday, especially come Tuesday. And then after that, we'll see a high build in, and much of next week looks to be calm and quiet. And who knows, by the end of next week, we may start warming up again. So just to recap here, rain this afternoon, spreading across the area into tonight. Temperatures will stay pretty much in the 60s. Tomorrow, we will eventually, once the front goes by and with rain falling, we'll probably see temperatures settling in the 50s. And then Friday, with lingering showers around 50s. Saturday, I think highs will only be in the upper 40s and low 50s in most places, with some sunshine returning. Clouds arriving on Sunday, back into the 50s everywhere Sunday, and then windy and colder for Monday and Tuesday of next week, and probably at least for the start of Wednesday. No big storms on the horizon, though, as we take a look at everything that's been going on. So that's one big plus out of all of this. All right, folks, Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. Meteorologist Bill Goodman will be joining us with his outlook on the winter season. So we're going to get his perspective on what he thinks is going to happen. He's from the National Weather Service in Upton on Long Island, and we've had him on as a guest many times before. So we like what he does. So we will check his impressions of what he sees weather-wise going into the winter of 2021. And Weather in 5, of course, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware of West Babylon, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue, just north of the Southern State Parkway, for all your winter storm needs. 631-756-1125. Best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com. All right, folks. Thanks a lot for being here. We'll see you later.